Hello, this is Alita from Hinterland Mama. I wanted to show you how to use my simple gnome pattern that's included with all of my peg doll sales at the moment on my Etsy shop. So the first thing that I'll let you know is that I usually get my embroidery thread and measure from my fingers to my elbow, cut it off there, and it's a good length to work with. Then, that's a DMC thread, that one. Then I separate my strands like so. Quite often it catches there, so the trick is pull it tight, pull the loose end tight and keep separating, and it won't wind and catch. There we are, see? There we go. Thread the needle. I have a gold tipped needle here, but so long as the end is sharp, so that it's going to easily go through the felt. It doesn't matter. Okay, thread the needle, and I like to knot my end. Okay, now as for the pattern, so I have a pattern sheet and I have both a tunic and a hat, or a dress and a hat, for each size of my peg dolls. There's the most common size there, the medium, which I call brother and sister. So you would cut out with paper scissors. I have separate scissors for paper and for fabric or felt. So cut out the template, then on a piece of felt you pop the template in the corner of the felt. Doesn't matter what shape it is, just so long as you're using your felt from the corner, because if you pop it in the middle, obviously you're going to end up with different shaped pieces around the edge to use for other projects, and it might not quite be large enough. So I try and always work from the edge. There's two ways you can do it. You can get your template and either, just trying to find a template here, so it's a hat. Here we are. You can either trace around with a fabric pen, or this is a chalk pencil, or another chalk pencil down here. You can use that. Draw around the pattern and then cut. Or another trick that I know, which is really handy, especially for small patterns, is sticky tape. And then that holds it in place and you cut around it, and it makes the template more firm as well over time. Okay, so then you have your pieces like so. You start with a hat piece, fold it in half, and we're sewing blanket stitch. I have a little stitch guide on each of my patterns showing you how to do blanket stitch. It really is straightforward. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to show you on this dress. And so on a hat you just sew down here, and it gives you this effect. See these guys? Okay, so they've all got their gnome hats. And then same with the tunics. Like I said, it's quite straightforward. So with the tunic, for the straight-sided ones, join the two short sides and just sew down here, and you get this effect because it rounds out when you push the body into it, see? I'll show you that. Okay. And it isn't that much different for the skirted dolls. Just sew along this edge and you'll be making a dress. Hey, I'll show you how I do blanket stitch. I feel like the mama tunic I may not be able to use because it seemed to be a bit blurry, so I'm trying it again. So you miss that one, but I will show you with the sister tunic now. So uppermost corner, if you're left-handed you'll probably start on the right, I'm starting on the left, and pull that. If you can catch the tail, I don't think I'm going to, only half of it. If you can catch the tail, that gives it a little bit of extra anchor and security. Then you can see it's coming out the corner, so I fold in half and work out the length I want my bars to be. I'm quite comfortable with that there, and catch the loop. See, that first stitch looks nice and neat. I like them to look neat on the ends for sure. And then just work your way down. I really just guess the distance between the bars, having done this so many times. You could pre-mark them with chalk or something, or an empty sewing needle on the sewing machine to make little holes if you like. Okay, so there's my stitches, really quite simple. Let's just speed this up. Oops, not showing you very nicely, am I? Okay. Caught the loop. Yeah, and I always work from the front. When I get to the end, so that my stitches look even at the end, I like to just look at the gap, put the needle halfway between, and make the stitches that distance away from each other. Again, I like the neat finish at the end. And here we are, really close to the edge. Make sure it's gone through both pieces of felt. Catch that loop. And you have another straight bar there. Okay, great. Now what? Okay, to knot it, I go through just where those pieces of embroidery thread are. See, front and back. Make sure it's nice and tight. Go through that to make a knot. See? It's almost invisible. And then go through inside the felt. So the tail's hidden. There we go. You might want to watch that again on slow motion. And there we are. We'll pop her tunic on, or her dress on, like so. Pop her hat on. And another gnome finished. Very straightforward. The family are coming together now. I'll just show you the hat. I'm about to do this for the child size peg doll. I start at the peak there, work out which is the inside. This is the inside. I've caught the tail there, so it's reinforced. Sometimes I'm lucky. And there we go. I like to go fairly close to the top for that first stitch. Keep catching the loop and work your way down. Just the way that you did for the dress or the tunic. Catching the end again, making the knot, threading through. To hide the end, the tail of the thread. Voila! So we have the whole family here. There's the pet or baby, the babe, child, sister, brother peg doll, mama. And so this is my simple Waldorf peg doll gnome family, the pattern of which you can get by buying peg dolls from my hinterlandmama.etsy.com site. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Bye.